Hello, dear friends of Simple Life. Before we begin, I want to ask you a few questions that you may have asked yourself at some point. Have you ever stopped to think about why the more we have, the less satisfied we seem to be? Why does our happiness always seem contingent on the next purchase, the next goal, the next achievement? What if I told you that maybe we're looking in the wrong place? What if true wealth lay not in accumulating more, but in needing less? Today we're going to talk about something very special, the profound and transformative beauty of having less. And I'm not just talking about material things, I'm talking about freedom, lightness, discovering what truly matters when we stop chasing more. Take a deep breath with me, grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's embark on this journey together. You know, there's a beautiful story I'd like to share with you. It's about an 82-year-old man, a luthier, someone who repairs and builds musical instruments. When people visit his kitchen, they're shocked. Do you know why? Because it only has the essentials: a stove, a sink, a table, chairs, a simple refrigerator, and a small freezer. There are no household appliances, they ask, astonished. What more do you need? He replies simply. And that question, my friends, is revolutionary. What more do you really need? We live in a society that teaches us from a young age that we need more. More money, more status, more technology, more recognition, more. It's as if there's an invisible race where everyone is competing, but no one knows exactly where the finish line is. But here's the truth. No one tells us that finish line doesn't exist, because when you reach one more, another more is already waiting just ahead. It's an endless chase that leaves us exhausted, anxious, and paradoxically empty. The funny thing is that we often don't even realize the weight we carry, the weight of expectations, of bills to pay for things we didn't even need, of time wasted working to maintain a lifestyle that doesn't make us happy. It's like carrying a backpack full of stones and thinking that each new stone we put inside will make us stronger. But in reality, it only makes us more bent over. Now imagine removing those stones one by one. Imagine the feeling of lightness. That's what I want to talk to you about today. When we stop searching for more, something magical happens. We begin to see what we truly have, and we discover that most of the time we already have enough. We already have enough to be happy. The example of a simple kitchen isn't just about appliances. It's about a philosophy of life. It's about asking, does this really serve me? Does this really bring value to my life? And when the answer is no, having the courage to let go. Let me tell you about the real and tangible advantages of having less. True financial freedom. I'm not talking about being a millionaire. I'm talking about something much more valuable. Having enough and not needing more. When you need less, you work less to maintain a standard that doesn't serve you. You have more time. Time is the only currency that truly matters, because it's the only one that doesn't come back. Our 82-year-old luthier friend said something profound. Money is essential. Yes, you need to pay your bills, your debts, but having too much is dangerous territory. Why? Because when we have far more than we need, we start worrying about protecting it, about not losing it, about managing it. Excessive abundance becomes a prison. Mental clarity. Do you know that feeling of waking up and already feeling your mind weighed down with 1,000 worries? A large part of them come from the things we own. Every object in your house demands attention. It needs to be cleaned, organized, maintained, repaired, and stored. When you have less, your mind breathes. You have mental space for what really matters. Relationships, creativity, personal growth, moments of peace. More time for what matters, with fewer things to worry about, fewer desires to pursue, fewer comparisons to make. You gain the most precious thing, time. Time to be with those you love. Time to do what gives you purpose. Time to simply be. Connection with purpose. Here's something beautiful. When you stop seeking external validation through having more, you begin to seek meaning through being more present, being more helpful. The luthier I mentioned finds his reason for being not in accumulating things, but in repairing an 18th century double bass, bringing it back to life. He says, "This justifies my existence." How beautiful, isn't it? Positive impact on others. When you break free from the race for more, you discover something transformative. True happiness comes from serving others and making other people happy. Not through expensive gifts or ostentation, but through presence, time, attention, and care. But do you know what's most beautiful about all this? The gains that aren't visible at first glance. Emotional maturity. As we free ourselves from the need for more, we also free ourselves from the need for the approval of others. Remember what our friend said? When he was young, he worried a lot about what others thought of him. But over time, he realized, as long as you don't offend others, what they think of you is completely irrelevant. What freedom is this, to be able to be who you are, without bowing to the expectations of others, to let them think you're eccentric, different, strange, and to be at peace with that. Tolerance and understanding. When we stop comparing ourselves to others, we also stop judging. We learn that each person has their own path, their own opinions, their own pace. And that's okay. True maturity, as he said, is being tolerant of those we disapprove of in some way. It's understanding that people have a right to their opinions, just as we have to ours. And that doesn't diminish us, it expands us. Gratitude for enough. There's a huge difference between "I need more to be happy" and "I have enough and I'm grateful for it." The first phrase keeps us perpetually dissatisfied. The second brings us immediate peace. When you look at your life and recognize that you have enough, food on the table, a roof over your head, reasonable health, people who care, you already have more than millions of people in the world. That's not a small amount. That's abundance. True legacy. Do you know what remains when we leave? It's not the things we accumulate. It's the tools we build, not in a literal sense, but metaphorically. It's the lives we touch, the people we help, the love we spread. Our luthier friend finds comfort in knowing that the instruments he built will continue to be played long after he's gone, bringing joy to people. That's a real legacy. Not a huge bank account, but a genuine contribution to the world. Accepting impermanence. Having less teaches us something profound about life. Nothing is permanent. We are not permanent, and that's okay. When we understand this, we stop clinging. We stop trying to control. We begin to flow with life, not against it. Now you might be thinking, this is all wonderful, but how do I begin? Let me give you some practical and loving steps. Step 1, ask the right question. For everything in your life, whether it's an object, a commitment, a relationship, a habit, ask yourself, does this serve me? Does this bring real value to my life? If the answer is no, you already know what to do. Step 2, start small. You don't need to get rid of everything at once. Start with one drawer, one corner, one category of objects. Feel the lightness that this brings. Let that feeling motivate you to continue. Step 3, redefine enough. Sit down and write. For me, enough is be specific. How much money do you really need to live well? How many clothes? How many commitments? When you define what's enough, you stop being a slave to more. Step 4, invest in experiences, not things. Instead of buying more things, invest in moments. A walk in nature, a deep conversation with a friend, learning something new, helping someone. These experiences enrich your life in ways that no object ever could. Step 5, cultivate daily gratitude. Every day, before going to sleep, list 3 things you are grateful for. It doesn't have to be anything grand. It could be your breakfast, someone's smile, the sunset you saw. This trains your mind to see abundance where you already are, not where you should be. Step 6, serve others. Find ways to be useful. Volunteer, help a neighbor, teach something you know, listen to someone in need. As our wise friend said, happiness is serving others and making other people happy. Step 7, protect yourself from calcification. As we simplify externally, we also need to maintain internal flexibility. Keep learning, keep questioning your own certainties. Remain open to new points of view. Don't let your brain become rigid. Practical examples of less is more. Less clothes, more style. A streamlined wardrobe with pieces you truly love and wear. Fewer commitments, more presence. Saying no to what doesn't resonate in order to say yes to what matters. Less consumption, more creativity. Reuse, repair, create instead of always buying new. Less haste, more contemplation. Set aside moments of silence and observation amidst the hustle and bustle of the day. Less judgment, more compassion with yourself and with others. When you embrace the beauty of having less, something profound happens within you. You don't just become someone with fewer things. You become someone freer, lighter, more present, more you. You stop living in the future. When I have X, then I'll be happy. And start living in the now. And you discover that the now, in all its simplicity, is enough. It's more than enough. It's abundant. You learn to carefully distinguish what is important from what is not. And that, perhaps, is the greatest wisdom that life can teach us. What's not important? A huge bank account, the latest gadgets, other people's opinions about your choices, social status, the endless race. What is important? To be in good health, to have purpose, to be useful to others, to cultivate true relationships, to have time, to have peace, to have gratitude, to leave a legacy of love. And when we finally understand this, when we truly internalize it, we discover that we already have everything we need. We don't need anything more. We are complete. As our wise friend said, when I stop, the things I love won't stop. What a comforting thought, isn't it? What a relief to know that our existence doesn't depend on accumulating, but on contributing, on touching lives, on leaving the world a little better than we found it. And now, dear friend, I leave you with a few final questions to reflect on. What is enough for you? What could you let go of today that would bring you more lightness tomorrow? How can you be helpful to others with what you already have? What legacy do you want to leave behind, of things or of love? I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here with me in this conversation, for dedicating these precious minutes of your life to reflect on what really matters. And I want to congratulate you on the next step you're about to take, because I know you will take it. You wouldn't be here if you weren't ready for a simpler, lighter, more meaningful life. In the pinned comments, you'll find a special ebook that we've prepared with great care, with practical exercises, lists and reflections to help you on this journey of discovering the beauty of having less. It's our gift to you. Always remember, you are already enough. You already have enough. Life is already abundant exactly where you are. With all my love and gratitude, until next time here at Simple Life, may your life be light, simple, and full of meaning. A hug